You know your job is one of the most dangerous in the world when your toolbox includes an M16.
This is where I got in a shooting, right here in Mullen Mifflin. Right on this corner.
You will witness what it is like to patrol the streets of one of the top 10 most violent cities in North America.
Police, open the door!
I've been shot at a few times.
Police, let me see your hands!
Where there is a story to tell at every corner. Police officers in Philadelphia call it the greatest show on earth. But for normal citizens, it is a world of violence.
Where is he?
Did you hit anybody with that bat?
Drugs.
So you just shot your heroin up at?
And death.
He had a gun in his hand, and the officer shot off 5 shots. And this is the end result.
The criminals in neighborhoods like the East Division of Philadelphia will stop at nothing.
That amount right there is usually like a headshot.
That is why the number of cops killed in the United States has doubled in the last 10 years.
Oh, stay in the car.
In 2003, 52 died on duty.
The bar right here, there was actually a cop killed right here at the bar.
Philadelphia is also called the city of brotherly love. But Philly has a dark side. It has the 8th highest murder rate in the country, with 348 homicides in 2003.
The other one, This one here?
Reckner. Honor. Here.
The night shift is starting in Philadelphia's East Division.
You know how it works. Sit, foil.
The members of the SWAT unit are gearing up and are about to hit the streets. And being a regular cop can be as dangerous as a SWAT operation.
We supplement patrol, usually like the districts are short on patrol as it is, and we're just there to give them a helping hand.
Being the officer out on the street, I think they have the most dangerous job because they don't know what they're getting involved with. They don't know what they're getting into. You know, they're the first responders. They're the guys that respond to the original call. And then when they get there, based on whatever information they gather or whatever they can see, then they can determine what has to be done.
Rich Koborowski and Nick Machernik have over 15 years of experience as cops.
All right, we're ready to go.
They have the reputation of being at the right place at a bad time. For a cop, that means where the danger is.
Possible robbery?
Nick and Rich just got a call. As usual, they put the pedal to the metal to get there. A store has just been robbed.
3 black males, a robbery.
There are obviously enough officers to take care of the scene. Nick and Rich instead join the hunt for the robbers.
You see what they look like? They're wearing?
I couldn't tell you, they were running real fast.
The average citizen that you're in that area that they may live has to live there 24 hours a day. And they don't want to get involved because they don't want the pressure or any retaliation going to them if you help the police and, you know, in having someone arrested.
A direction. It's not much to go on, but Rich and Nick know the suspects can't have gotten far.
There's 3 black males right there.
Right on the corner, 3 men fitting the limited descriptions of the subjects. But at this point, that is not nearly enough information to act on.
Sam 112, what's the flash?
The flash information is a description of an offender who just committed a crime. And you know, if you don't have that right away, you're just giving that criminal more time to get away.
They need more. Approximate age of the suspects, their height, how they're dressed.
We're just waiting on flash. We don't have any description of what these guys look like. So there's no sense of driving around looking for someone we don't know who we're looking for.
Back at the scene, the officers are talking to the robbery victim to get more information on the suspects.
They try to get as much information as quickly as possible so they can put it out over the radio so the other officers can patrol the area and hopefully get the information out fast enough where we can find the person. Some people don't want to cooperate. That's what it sounds like right now. You see all the police cars driving by, everybody's waiting.
From what we saw males running with dark jackets on and blue jeans. They're possibly the ones involved. Last location that we saw them was eastbound on Clementine.
You know what, dude? It might be that big dude. The black jacket.
Clementine, the street they were on just seconds ago.
Sam 112, we're going to be on location.
Come on.
Go, Richard, go.
Being second on the job is not an option for these guys.
Okay.
Police, open the door!
The door's open.
Pick it up. Come to the door. You got a female at the window.
Come out. Come out. Let me see your hands. Come out. Come out. Pull up your pants. Come out.
Who else is in the house?
Come down on the ground. All the way down on the ground.
Who else is in the house?
I got the door.
Police, let me see your hands! Police officer, let me see your hands! Stand up.
All them steps. Get down the floor, man. Get down the floor. Who else is in this house? Don't lie. Who else is in this house? If I find somebody in this house.
While Rich and Nick search the house, regular officers are frisking the suspect for weapons or incriminating evidence.
Who ran in the house?
Nick has found a dark jacket in one of the rooms, soaking wet with perspiration. Whoever was wearing it has been running pretty hard.
What room's yours? And upstairs? Front bedroom is yours? Which room's yours upstairs?
Some angry neighbors are saying the police have the wrong man.
He can't run around the corner.
You stop someone, and they're nobody to the neighbor down the street, but they don't like the police, so they'll say, that's my cousin, or that's my brother, and have no relation to that person, but just have a general dislike for the police department.
To make sure it doesn't turn ugly, the officers decide to put the suspect inside a patrol car.
They know what was taken in that robbery? Anything, money or jewelry or?
Don.
$1,000? $1,000? Okay.
The owner of the store has just arrived. He is obviously shaken from the blow to his head, but he is still able to identify the robber.
We found a jacket in the house, and the complainant positively identified him as soon as he pulled up. So they think two of the guys left in the car, and he stayed in the house.
But the key witness, the victim, is changing his mind.
Sir, you can't leave. That's why I want you to get out of the car.
Yo, hold on a hand. I might be losing you.
Complainant's being intimidated by the people up the street.
Down the street.
They're saying that if they don't, if he presses charges, they're going to get him. So they took the complainant at the end of the block, and we'll see what happens from there.
Like I said, the store's clear. I asked the owner, nobody touched anything in the store. So, and there's no blood or anything like that. So.
Finally, the man decides that he will press charges and just hopes he is doing the right thing. We have been on this call for 45 minutes now. In less than 10 minutes, another robbery will be committed. Then another 54 minutes later, and so on, 24/7, to reach the impressive 9,600 robberies perpetrated every year in this city. Officer Bill Hunter was brought up in one of the toughest parts of Philadelphia. He knows very well how it feels to live around here.
Being from that area, I think I take it on a little bit of a personal level when I'm out there to try to treat people with a lot of respect, because I know some people aren't there by choice. They're there because that's the best they could do. My block was right over there on the other side of here, within 100 yards of here, and I remember playing here as a kid. And it didn't look like this then, but over the years, I guess years of neglect, this is what it's amounted to now. I appreciate your cooperation. You have any identification on you?
I'm just
see what's up. Things that happen a lot with the city. When you get into the busier districts, the cops are there because they want to be there. And you'll get cops responding to all these calls out here. Like, as we're going in on jobs, if they're priority assignments, you see all these 25th District cars here every single time. And we're racing to beat them there because there's going to be an arrest. We're trying to get it, and they're trying to beat us here. But that's a good sign.
Yeah, there's a lot of active cops.
All right, when's your intention on changing this over? It'll be 2, 1.
No idea at all.
How you doing, Mr. Hunter? Fine, thank you.
I know you are.
Okay.
Cooperating. I want no trouble.
Okay.
Turn around. Turn around.
Turn around, Harry.
Yes, sir.
Harry, you have about, what, 15 bags of marijuana there?
It should be 10 minutes, sir.
Okay. Are they $10 bags?
Yes, sir.
I consider it dangerous, yeah. I mean, like I said, where there's money, drugs, there's usually a gun. Maybe he didn't have it, maybe the other guy had it, but obviously this time he didn't have anything on him. Next time there might have been a gun. We don't know.
12.
Another day at the office for John Reckner and Bill Hunter.
Back to work.
It is roll call, where the officers learn about what's happened in the neighborhood in the last 24 hours.
Another shooting in the 26th District, 1400 North Franklin Street. 43-year-old Hispanic male, while sitting in his car, was shot in the face. He's in stable condition. There was another shooting in the 19th District.
I had a job where I had to shoot somebody and they had a gun, and that was scary. But it happened so fast, you don't even remember. You don't remember much. You just remember your partner screaming and saying, "John, he's got a gun." That's it.
John!
Nobody thought the guy would have a gun, but it happened so fast. And then as soon as I heard the word, I looked down, and lo and behold, guys are pulling up a gun. You don't know.
And today, I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but today at 10 o'clock in the morning, there was a memorial plaque dedicated in the memory of police officer Laretha Vaird, who was killed in the line of duty. She had walked in on a bank robbery in progress, and she was totally surprised by the bank robbers. They were still in the bank, and as soon as she walked in, they opened fire on her, and they killed her.
A mistake in this line of work could mean your life. And the fact that I'm standing here talking to you means I haven't made that mistake.
Yeah, there's a lot of people say, "I can't believe you do that job." I mean, my parents, they say it. My brother's a police officer, my grandfather's a cop, my uncle. My mom listens all the time to us when we're out in the street on the scanner, and she listens all the time. And she's like, "I can't believe it." She goes, "You guys go out there every day and those calls, and most people run away." That's the job we want to do the job. We respond to the job. Person with a gun, we're there. Most people won't.
I did know her. She was a very nice woman. She never had a bad word to say about anything, even if they deserved to be talked bad about. She would not say a bad word about anyone. Okay, Lieutenant, you have anything?
Always prepare for the worst. You always prepare for the worst, you survive.
In the last 10 years, 10 police officers died on duty in Philadelphia, 3 of them by gunshot. Here, for a cop, the risk of getting shot is 3 times higher than in New York. It is mandatory to wear a bulletproof vest. It is made of several layers of bullet-resistant webbing sandwiched between layers of plastic film. But your life is still in danger. According to the FBI, in 2003, 2/3 of the officers killed wore body armor. The vest, made of Kevlar sheets, protects the vital organs, but that still leaves plenty of body parts exposed to danger. Cops are not the only ones burying friends and loved ones. All over these neighborhoods, you can see signs of the battles fought.
What happened was officer in the 25th District got a radio call for a man with a gun. And as he responded, there was a male running down the street shooting a gun. And as he told the male to drop the gun, he had turned towards him, and the officer shot off 5 shots. And this is the end result. He's 21 years old. And this is how the people on the block memorialize him right here.
Will, you is a true soldier. Today, it's crazy. It's not like it used to be. I mean, today, people don't think twice. They'll turn around. They got guns. They'll turn around and shoot you. It's not like it was years ago. Everybody you stop can be a threat, can be a deadly threat. You don't know. You don't know who you're going to stop.
If a threat is directed at me, which could end my life, I'm trained, I'm actually confident I'm going to win that battle.
There's actually a few more down the road from other shootings over the summer. Actually, within a block, there's 2 of them.
The East Division is one of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the city. There, crime needs to be fought from every angle, even from up above. And you may think you would be far from it all at 700 feet in the air. Not if you are flying with Officer Ron Scott and pilot Dave Bach in the police department helicopter, known as TAC Air.
The thing I think that helps the most the guys on the ground is that we're able to be there within a matter of minutes if there's a foot pursuit, if they lost somebody in an alleyway where it's extremely dark and they don't know what's in front of them or back of them or side to side. And then we can come in with our thermal system, and we can also light up the alleyway so they can have a full view of what they have awaiting them.
Going at more than 135 miles an hour, TAC Air will take less than 10 minutes to travel from one side of the city to the other. The first call of the night, a shootout.
Again, reported for shooting. There's no flash. We have rest 46
Literally like 2 blocks from where we were.
I'm not sure, sir, but then I can read that.
Just go to that. All right. Clear left. Hold on.
Ron is in constant radio contact with the dispatcher, who is the link between him and the cops on the ground.
Whoa, look at that. TAC Air, this guy's right in the middle of the intersection, ma'am. You got 1 rescue 1 block away. They're almost at you.
The TAC Air mission is to scan the blocks around the crime scene to find the gunman. Witnesses saw him fleeing on foot, so he can't be far. The searchlight on TAC Air has an intensity of 30 million candles. How powerful is that? It is strong enough to burn a man's retina at 75 meters in the air.
Okay, male black, wearing all white except his blue jeans unit. He has on a cap also.
2 officers have found the gunman. Running after him, they badly need the chopper's light. It is dangerous enough running after an armed man, let alone in a dark alley.
6th Street, toward west.
West down on Rusk, towards number 6. BD1 is in pursuit of this male. West down on Rusk.
Bring me around, Dave.
Go northbound. You got a white shirt on there. I got it, Dave. Northbound. He's
Bring me left, bring me left.
He's got on a white shirt. He's got a gun in his hand.
Ron doesn't have any equipment other than his sharp eyes to locate the officers.
Where is he? Where is he?
Eastbound through the alley.
Eastbound through the alley. Bring me around, Dave. Bring me around.
Eastbound through the alley. TAC Air, light it up, please.
TAC Air, I'm doing my best, ma'am. Stand by.
At BD1, where are you?
Bring me south a little, Dave. They're in.
on 6th Street. We're in the rear alley. At 6th Street and rear alley. Let's get some cars
5th,
over there.
6th, I'm here. Where are you?
He's got a gun in his hand.
TAC Air, have them guide me.
BD1. Between Piston on County 6th Street. We are secure.
Where are you?
Where
are you?
Finally, Ron finds them.
What are you saying?
6th,
right there where this car's coming up at 6th and Duncan. Got it.
Around there.
TAC Air, I got them. I got my light on them. They had the male in custody. They're all secure.
Do you have the male in custody? Everybody accounted for?
He was nowhere close to where he was saying.
Let's start in. I think this is going to that sulfur field.
TAC Air 1, both officers appear to be okay, and it looks like the male with the long black jacket they have down there.
Okay.
A little bit of excitement. The officers were a little confused as to where they were, where we were right on them. That happens though when you're chasing, you know what I mean? Especially the guy they were chasing had a revolver in his hand as they were chasing him.
Everybody gets afraid. Everybody's afraid. And I don't care. You're going to enter a spot. I mean, you're chasing a guy in an alley with a gun. If you're not afraid, then you're not human. And then you're going to run in like a wild man. You're not. I mean, there's people that do that, but I think once they learn the job and they get more time on the job and they learn to get experience, you're afraid, but you got to handle your emotions and you just do the right thing. And the fear keeps you alert and you do the right thing.
And 2 people were shot, so he shot 2 guys. But this may have been a mutual shooting because there was a gun recovered on the ground next to the guy who shot. This guy bled out pretty good. You can see all the blood on the highway there. Yeah, there's a good bit of blood. That's, that amount right there is usually like a headshot.
The suspect has been picked up, and police are now running after, believe it or not, witnesses who just don't want to get involved.
35 Sam 1, do you have anybody or anyone have a witness to the shooting?
A couple saw the man being shot. Police have a description of their car. The helicopter has no problem locating the witness's car.
Mr. 1-2.
That's it.
Male, female.
That's a four-door, though.
Female driver,
That's
male.
it. I see you called out the ID. All right, Checker 1, we have the light on the vehicle. It's northbound on number 5.
All right, does somebody see if you can stop that car? They apparently are witnesses.
Heard the
21, I got a witness with me at the hospital.
They're at the light at Fisher's.
Shot. He can ID. Okay, excellent.
I'm not leaving till I get the gun.
It's got to be out here
Who's
somewhere.
the bartender?
The cops on the ground are now looking for the gun used in the shooting.
Speak English?
They find it in an alley, and Ron decides to shed some light on the mystery.
He dumped the gun right there where that burgundy deck is. Not burgundy, but the stained deck. As he went through the alley, and then they got him right there. He's got the revolver right there. He's got it? Yeah, he's got
All right,
it.
is the rescue unit, sorry to interrupt you, ma'am. Is the rescue unit still on location?
He's carrying a black, he had a black revolver he was carrying.
And they said they're still there.
As they were chasing him, he had a revolver in his hand as they were chasing him. At any point, he could have turned around and shot at the officers, which he didn't, but he still ran from them, and they went into a dark alley, and just so happens we were there for the job, and we were right over top of them and found them and helped them with the light. They secured the mail, they found the gun. Perfect example, they got to go home tonight, and the bad guy went to jail.
In the U.S., every day, 5 police officers like Rich Kubarowski and Nick Machernak will get shot at. Knowing that, most of us would definitely pass on their job.
I've been shot at a few times, 2 or 3 times in SWAT, and 1 time when I was a patrol officer. Not everybody can be a cop, and you know I don't like getting shot at, but you know it's I know it can happen. You know it's not an everyday occurrence, but it's happened enough in my lifetime that once is too much. You know, but it'll happen again, I'm sure. And you just go on to the next day. You just make sure you're okay, your partner's all right, and nobody on your team's hurt.
For cops, it's part of the job, but getting hit by a bullet is also a very real threat to innocent citizens.
Hard lane, just put it out before I go to gun.
The TAC Air Unit also responds to the call. Its powerful beam has no problem lighting up the block.
There's a gunshot out here.
It is a risky situation. Rich and Nick want to help a possible victim as fast as they can.
It's got to be.
The windows are all smashed out of it.
But then again, the shooter may be behind the door.
There's a bullet hole here. Come out, step out the door.
Way outside, sir. Is everybody all right in there?
Yeah.
You got bullet holes right all through your house.
Right. They came up. I was sound asleep.
It is not a gunman, but an old man who comes out. Evidently, the pair has found a victim. Now, where is the gunman? The numerous bullet holes are a sure sign that he is not afraid of using his weapon. We are talking about a dangerous individual. Nick is going to check in the alley, gun in hand.
They kept saying that the guy was still in the area, so I was going back to check to see if there was anybody wounded, and then to see if the guy was back there. It takes a split second for things to escalate. I just, for myself, I'm always trying to prepare myself for the worst.
The side's all secure.
Here, being honest and minding your own business doesn't mean you are safe. Like in any battle, there are going to be some innocent people getting killed.
He's lucky.
He's real lucky.
He's lucky, man. Where that bullet came in,
There's a bullet hole here.
the guy was laying right there. He's lucky he didn't get hit.
There's a bed right here. That's a bullet hole.
Yeah,
They
looking
have
for
a
a
description of the car.
green Chevy Tahoe. 3 black males in it. So could be could have been mistaken the wrong house. You know, it's elderly people that live here. You saw that. You know, obviously it was. They may have had the wrong house.
Yes, ma'am.
There's a crease here.
See the bullet holes right here?
Get this truck.
They got him, Rich. They got direction, Rich.
Huh?
They got direction.
Chopper's got it, sees it in the sky.
TAC Air may have spotted the shooter's truck. Storming the streets at high speed, once again, these guys are putting their lives on the line.
Automobile accidents I mean, they hurt just as much as a bullet, you know what I mean? So you have to be really, really cautious and be careful when on this job. Just answering a job, you can get hurt by driving to an assignment.
Negative on that vehicle. Oh, is it? They got something rolling towards Lehigh Avenue.
Lehigh?
Yeah, 2
The truck turns out to be a dead end. Still on the prowl, this time it is the 2 officers who come across a suspicious truck.
That's a Ford, but...
Yeah, I know. I don't know why, if he's gonna...
267.
That's a Tahoe. It's a burgundy Tahoe.
20.
You see it?
Watch his person.
24 right guys. I have a supervisor only for 2213. Oakdale.
It's an Envoy.
2213 Oakdale County.
Did they say they had a personalized tag?
Wait, there's nobody.
Then another one.
Sam 112.
It's back anywhere on Roseville Street, which is grab.
Radio, can you do a mover for me? Pennsylvania tag, Frank Sam.
Nick gets the address of the driver of the truck.
9 on a Chevy Tahoe.
Albert, this is 26 different persons got a tow car. I don't want stuff. You such a big fight out there. Someone's beat up.
That's 2200.
Yeah.
It's 6 blocks south of
I have 1322. We said we're heading for a disturbance.
Yeah, dude, he's Puerto Rican.
6-7.
Still on the hunt, Rich reflects on what just happened.
Someone was shooting from the top of the block, shooting down at somebody, and they may have been chasing someone around a car or whatever, firing at them. May have missed them, or for all we know, someone could have been hit and taken to the hospital. You know what I mean? We don't know. But there's a lot of bullet holes in that car, and there was a lot of casings they found up the block.
Yeah,
so
these are so much better.
they have some people coming together now talking about it, so we may be able to piece it together and maybe get somebody before the night's out. I lived here all my life, the guy was saying, I don't have a problem with anybody, and he's just taking that like he don't talk to nobody, doesn't associate with anybody out there, and he feels that he's fine. But he could just be at the wrong place at the wrong time all the time when something happens,
In the United States, on average, each year, close to 800 innocent people die for no reason other than being at the wrong place at the wrong time.
A little girl was killed in a playground at school. Her father or her mother was letting her out, take her into school, and local gangs had a gunfight right in the middle of while school was going in, and one little girl got hit and was killed.
Nobody in their right mind would want to raise kids in those dangerous conditions.
Sometimes I feel sorry for what they have to live through on a day-to-day basis, where I just have to go there and go to work, and I can go home. And when I come to my home, I don't have to deal with anything like that. But they have to live there 24 hours a day and deal with the things that we have to fight.
At the other end of the city, officers Bill Hunter and John Reckner are also on the graveyard shift.
There's a robbery up at the upper end of the district. It's a pointed gun robbery. It was just dispatched, so it's pretty fresh. John's doing an excellent job of driving and getting us there quick.
Over the radio, Bill and John get information on the 2 suspects involved in the robbery.
Yes, sir. Any flash on Franklin Street? Where?
Black male, black jacket, blue jeans.
Black man, black jacket, blue jeans. This description doesn't help much.
All right, we're in the area.
Criminals in this neighborhood have redefined the word camouflage.
Just look for anybody with black clothing. Like I said, everybody's wearing black, so. This summer, it's really hard because most kids all have T-shirts and shorts on, or T-shirt and jeans, boots. And everybody's color of the day. Everybody will wear a black T-shirt one day, the next day they'll have a gray one. Day after that, they'll have a white one. And that's just, I guess, to confuse us.
The robbers fled the scene in a black car, and a black Cadillac has been spotted going full throttle on the boulevard. The pursuit is on. Once again, the helicopter is part of it and is very effective to scan a large area.
See our helicopter up there? It's TAC Air 1.
TAC Air 1, I don't know if you have a car available, but northbound on the boulevard, passing 4th Street, we got a black vehicle. This guy was all over the road, cutting people out up 5th Street. Now we got him northbound on the boulevard.
I enjoy doing the SWAT thing, but I also enjoy doing the police work. I enjoy going out, helping people if I can. Where's the boulevard up here? I enjoy making the arrest. There's a prior to call. My partner and I, we're the first ones to pick the radio up. We respond. I mean, we're supplementing patrol, but we're always, if there's something going on, we're there.
All right, Tacker, he's in the innermost lane there.
Great. I know, I'm just trying to make sure I'm watching and everything else.
Keep my light on for you guys.
All right, Tacker, we're coming up to Masher, Wyoming right now. You can probably see us. See where the helicopter is? The guy's not too far from us. Once we get in the middle lanes, we're go to the middle lanes, Right here.
I got it.
Now, let him rip.
John now pushes the engine's 300 horsepower to the limit. This is not a movie. This is real life and present danger. To drive at this speed, you need superior, well-trained driving skills and nerves of steel.
Looks like he's going to have the red light here at Rickard Boulevard right outside of Reagan's there.
What kind of car are we looking for?
Cadillac, black Cadillac.
New car right there behind the white vehicle, center lane.
The one directly in front of us? Which one?
Now he's going to be off your right-hand side there. I got my light directly on him.
Trip it?
Behind the white older model, looks like a Chrysler.
Hold on, right here.
Okay, I got it.
John has his sights set on the car, and there's no way he's going to let it get away.
That's the one. That's the one, Bill.
John! I got him. He ain't going nowhere.
You got it, guys. That's the one.
No, stay in the car. Stay in the car. Is there a problem?
No, no problem at all.
Okay, any reason you're driving the way you are?
No,
Is this your car?
yes.
Okay.
You never know if someone's going to pull out a weapon. Like I said, I know I'm right-handed, and I know I will always have my right hand ready. If I walk out of a car just for the simplest thing, my right hand is ready. I might hit the snap on my gun on the way down. I might not pull it out, but I might hit the snap just in case I have to reach for it. That's one less movement I have to do. As each situation presents itself, it just changes.
We'll go to robbery without talking.
Yeah. I was going in my head going, do I want to go?
John.
Right away, Bill sees that the two men inside the car don't match the description of the robbers.
Check the passenger side of the car.
All right, I didn't, there's nothing.
This is address.
Bill checks out the driver on the computer before letting him go.
Now, I'm going to leave this alone even though you were driving the car and I don't have a license on you. I could pursue that if I really wanted to, okay? And I'm not, okay? Here's your license, your registration, and I appreciate your cooperation. Thank God nobody was hurt.
You're right.
Okay, guys?
Something I learned early in my career, and I still carry it with me today, is I always decided that whenever I speak to anybody, my initial start of the conversation, I'll speak to them the same way I would talk to them if I didn't have a badge or a gun. And if some kind of, anything escalates from there, it'll be their choice, not mine.
Radio went, hold on.
Right before leaving the intersection, John has a flashback.
The bar right here, there was actually a cop killed right here at the bar. Right here, Reagan's bar.
It seems like every corner has a bad story. But Ron in the helicopter pulls his buddy back to the present.
Tack on, just go to C or B. What's going on now?
Go ahead, Ron.
Hey, Bill, how you doing, man? Thanks a lot for that.
No problem. We thought he was involved in that robbery. I'm sure you were, too. I mean, there's a lot going on at that point.
Yeah, man, he was boogieing ass up 5th Street there.
Ron and I went to the academy together.
But thanks a lot for grabbing him.
No problem. It was John Rector's keen driving skills that got us there.
I thought he was going to run at you guys when he started pulling up when the vehicle got in front of him.
So did I.
Yeah, so did we. I'm glad nobody was hurt. And we're going to watch the end of the football game at Daddy-O's tonight.
But the beer and wings will have to wait. Ron and Dave get the call no cop wants to hear. Officer down.
This is the highest priority call we get in the city. This right here.
What that means to us is that someone in our family needs help, because that's what we are. We're one big family.
12 police cars have flown to the scene. That is what is called brotherhood.
In my mind, if I'm working and it comes out officer shot, officer down, I want to get there as fast as I can because that could be me there. And we're all we got out here. We're all one big family. You know, we all work together, and that's the way it works. All for one. I mean, there's no one else going to have our back. We have to help each other out.
Okay, there he is laying on the highway. You see where my light is? The fire department's working on him right there. That's the victim that was shot right under the supply sign. They're going to scoop him in a second.
It's not up down here, but we haven't found the shooting. Stand by for flash.
Found it.
You up to 22 North 52?
Found it shooting, but it's not a cop. Which they give out. They'll give out flash information, and we'll do the sweeps of the street to see if we see anybody fitting that flash and have them stop. But so far, they're giving nothing to any kind of description of the person who shot him, or, you know.
Even though Ron is up in the air, his police instincts are still very well grounded.
Yeah, well, you know what? They should check inside that Beauty Land supply right there to see if there's a camera. Because if the guy was shot right there, you know what I mean? Medics are on location now with them.
The paramedics have arrived. While they're trying to save the victim's life, Dave and Ron get the crucial info they have been waiting for. A description of the suspect.
Black male, about 5'10", 160, short hair, white, non-type t-shirt, and blue jeans, in his mid-20s.
All right, we got some flash now.
Units, I can check the music stores on nearby, sir.
20-year-old black male, blue jeans, white t-shirt, light complected.
A music store near the location on the shooting?
No jacket? Guess not.
It'll be north of it.
It is a cold night, and the fact that the suspect is not wearing a jacket will make him stand out.
Keep me here, Dave. 1954. Go ahead.
TAC Air strikes gold again.
TAC Air 1.
Air 1, go ahead, sir.
That car, eastbound Filbert towards 52nd. I got a black male, white long t-shirt, like the long john, with dark color jeans on. He's coming up to 5'2" now.
1925, I got him. 625, let me know if that's going to be suspended. ID card, just popping this off long.
All right, TAC Air, there's one officer that has the male stopped. He's on the northwest corner, southwest corner. I got my light on him. He was just standing out, like, fitting the flash completely, you know what I mean? Blue jeans, long white shirt.
I don't know if your MVP is found, so that might have been checked.
Everyone out here is wearing a jacket except for him. We're good for about another 5, and then we got a scoop. Yeah, well, you know what? They're okay. He's got plenty of people. Let's go.
That's a black on the box for a record.
All right, gentlemen, we have to go because we're getting low on fuel.
On the other side of town, John and Bill are taking a ride down memory lane.
This is where I got in the shooting, right here, Mullen Mifflin. Right on this corner. I got a narcotics sale, and I just pulled right up on it, and my partner and I, we got out. And we were trying to do the investigation. We identified ourselves, and my partner saw the one guy. He was reaching underneath where his shirt was, and he pulled out a handgun. And I was on the driver's side, and I just discharged once through the door. And he was turning this way, looking straight at me when he did it, and it hit him right in the abdomen area. So he was arrested, and there was a lot of narcotics, a lot of crack cocaine recovered. The passenger gave a statement to the whole thing. The passenger in the car, there's a female. It ended up being a good job, but it's a shame that it happened like that.
Night has fallen on Philadelphia and has drawn trouble with it. A whole lot of trouble.
see all the cars up there fine? Patrol officer. At this point, I don't know if he's on or off duty or in or out of uniform.
An officer just called in on a cell phone asking for help.
Watch your cross traffic bridge.
Responding 1900 bridge, slow down, special police personnel.
Clear.
Responding 1900 bridge, slow down, special police personnel.
What's that bar? Bridge and Tarsdale.
Yeah.
It's assist officer. We don't know what it is. We just drove through here.
Yeah,
We just drove through this.
we just
this
came
block.
right past here.
At the location, it is complete chaos. The latest flash is that an off-duty officer is in trouble.
A lot of things go through your mind. You think of an officer laying down hurt, needs help, and people standing over him, you know, not knowing what to do.
Standing on his porch, Nick recognizes the officer who called.
You guys getting out of here? Sure. All right, let's go, guys. Off the corner. Let's go. Good. Let's get out of here.
It was just a fight between a
just
couple
fighting each
houses,
other.
that's all. If you stay around, then the crowd keeps gathering to look around and see what's happening. So we try to get out of it as fast as we can. The quicker we get out, the crowd will disperse. So if we get called back, then they'll just start maybe locking some people up.
If I was to go up on a situation where there's 50 people fighting each other on the highway and I'm working with John, the last thing I want to do is get in the middle of that. Because right now their anger is focused towards each other. If I was to get in the middle of that, that anger could be focused towards me.
Every cop can tell a story where he felt his life was in danger. So much so that he had to call for help.
Person that was wanted for a shooting, and same situation. Nobody in the house wanted to help. No one wanted to say, yeah, that was the person. But when we left, you know, that person tried to, tried to get physical with myself and my partner, and we got jumped by the whole family.
When I was working narcotics, there was about 4 of us that made a takedown on a narcotics corner. And as we were arresting the sellers, the entire block emptied out on us and attacked us.
And I had my jacket pulled over my head, and I was just trying to fight for my life and just try to protect my gun.
But I remember that was a pretty scary situation because we were probably outnumbered 100 to 4. The thought of the danger isn't so much when it's occurring, it's after it occurs and after you react to the situation.
How you been? You recognize me? I worked out here a lot of years. Right, yeah, Hunter.
Yeah, I know you.
Right. Exactly right.
Bill worked in the narcotics division before switching to SWAT. He knows how the dealers act, but much more importantly in this case, where they hide their drugs.
White t-shirts behind you. White t-shirts behind you.
Yes, some here.
John's gut instinct puts him on the alert. Bullseye. Bill finds bags of heroin stashed there by a dealer.
Information obviously was pretty good. What this is we found some bags of heroin stuffed behind a wall right here. Seems to be about maybe 10 of them here. Nobody's here. We're going to just take us in. We're going to turn it in, but at least we got some heroin off the street. One of the neighbors on the block were kind of concerned that they were selling it out here.
They are now looking for more drugs stashed in the alley.
That's an old bag. What they do is they hide it in the alley.
You know, no matter how many times you show it on a TV or on a camera, you just can't depict that smell. And it's
amazing. Could be anywhere if they have it stashed in here.
At the end of the alley, there is an abandoned house. For the drug dealers, it is the perfect storage space. Looking for more drugs, the guys go inside.
There's a back door to an alley. It's probably, yeah, see when it's open.
Right.
They come in, they're running out the back door.
They're running out the back door on us.
They may have been in here, and we don't know. They probably could have ran out.
We find some of the abandoned houses dangerous because as we make our entries into them, a lot of them are booby-trapped with missing floorboards, or we had went into John and I had went into a house last week where we went into the back window, but before we stepped in, we looked down, and there was a big square cut out. So if we weren't looking down and preparing ourselves for something like that, you could have fell straight through to the basement.
Typical drug house. I'll show you a couple things. See the empty baggies on the ground? Isn't that there's a gun case? Someone out on the street obviously has a gun on him. We see this case in here. See all the empty baggies all over the place? This is where they're storing everything.
So, you know, there's a gun out here somewhere. There's the holster.
Another gun on the street. But thanks to these guys, less drugs. But their job is far from finished.
We got a complaint down here on the railroad tracks that they're selling heroin. From this spot here, the lighting really is not that good. You can see there's a car down there all burned up. And through the shadows, we can see some silhouettes moving around. We'll get a little closer look. We're going to go down over a fence over there and see who's down there underneath the bridge. Yeah, there's people down. You can hear them, too.
Philadelphia is a consumer heroin market. The increasing availability of cheaper, higher purity heroin over the last few years has caused the problem to spread from the ghettos to the suburbs.
This is the bridge we have the report of them selling heroin from. What you have here on the ground, all these are empty needle cases. Obviously, the users are using their heroin here, too. I would bet that the person who was under here selling, this is his office down here.
And you don't have to look far to find a customer.
Oh, Indiana Motor shooting.
I didn't hear nothing.
Yeah, I didn't hear nothing. What's your name?
Jose.
Jose? What are you doing, Jose?
This is sure.
All right, what bag was it? Bart Simpson?
Yeah, it's a clean.
All right, well, pick your needle up, Jose. I don't want you to leave it here on the ground. Not that there's not a million of them over here. That's yours here, right? Let me see your arm. Put your arm out.
Why?
That's where you just shot your heroin up at?
Yeah.
How many bags a day you doing?
Huh? This is the
You only do one bag a day?
Huh?
I think you're lying to me.
No, leave it.
¿Cuántas manteiga por día? Uno, solamente uno por día? Cuatro. 4 bags a day.
Tragically, heroin's popularity among teens is getting higher. They mix heroin with cocaine or alcohol, a deadly combination. Nick and Rich are in a race against time to catch a young man armed with a baseball bat and threatening to use it.
We had a kid a few years ago who was beat to death with baseball bats over nothing. It was, you know, one neighborhood against another neighborhood. It's stupid, you know. But, you know, the violence, it just escalates and escalates very quickly.
Oh, boy. Who's got the baseball bat?
This guy went down there. What happened? Oh, that guy with the baseball bat?
Yeah.
He's telling us,
All right, one guy at a time.
He's telling us that no one's safe around
White
here.
t-shirt and cell phone.
Okay. On cell phone?
Yeah.
They're saying no, he's saying yeah.
He's saying it's the guy right there. The guy with the blonde hair and the cell phone.
Where?
Just walked right here.
For Charlie.
He went in through there.
You're able to send me an updated list of my,
Okay.
Okay, if there's something on my end, just let me know.
Where's the bat at? Where's the bat? Where's the bat? Where's the bat? What'd you do with it?
no bat off.
What did you do with
Why
the
is
bat?
everybody, all these cars, everybody's saying you had a bat?
It's over there.
What did you do with the bat?
They were trying to pick you out?
No, the boys rolled on me, officer.
They rolled on you?
Yes,
What
that's why I
boys?
got the
Where's the
boys in
bat?
the park over there.
Where's the bat at now?
It's over there.
Did you hit anybody with that bat?
No, sir.
Put him on. Well, let's find out if somebody over here.
I promise you.
Hold on to him for a minute, Nick. Is it laying on the sidewalk?
Spread your legs.
Yeah, I don't know.
He came up to me with the bat.
Did you see him hit somebody with the bat?
No, he threatened to come back up here every night until he found kids his age hitting him with bats.
Did you actually say that?
Yes, he did. Right to
Officer,
my
I'm just
face.
very mad.
You're very mad.
They rolled on me, officer, in that park. Kids in that park rolled on me. I went up there just to have a discussion.
Hell, to discuss it with a baseball bat.
No, before this happened, they all rolled on me, and then they said they're coming back to me with guns.
If you run, I'm going to chase you. You understand that?
It is Halloween night, and the young man says that he was out to avenge his niece, who had her candy bag stolen by a group of kids. Armed with a baseball bat, he decided it was payback time.
Because when the kid
Where's all the
grabbed me,
blood from?
it was from my nose. My nose was bleeding.
Yeah, but how's the nose from your blood on your back?
Because my shirt was, he pulled my shirt off me, and then when I got up, I went like this, and then we stopped fighting. I picked
Like
my
you
shirt
hockey
up.
pulled your shirt, so it was over your heads this way?
Yes.
Okay, and he's not one.
He found the candy thieves, but got beaten pretty good by them.
You see kids fighting over who's crossing what street, or, you know, somebody's sister said something to another kid. That day we saw the kid with the baseball bat. That was Halloween night. It was over candy. That's all it was.
You know, you're risking getting yourself hurt.
Well, you're actually hurt. Look at you. You probably got a broken hand and a broken jaw.
Over something that can be replaced. You can't replace your life. You replace a bag of candy. You know what I mean? All right, you gotta think.
Go to the hospital, get fixed.
Thanks a lot, officer.
You know, saying I'll go out and buy another bag, or I'll get another bag and go out and try to knock on some doors real fast to get more candy, you know, or just buy another bag tomorrow for his niece. But he tried to take it on himself, you know. But thank God no one was hurt, you know.
Yeah, this is perfect. Thank you.
Patrolling the streets of Philadelphia, you ask yourself the question, can this change? In only 4 days, we came across drug dealers, junkies, senseless violence, and death. So can this change? The answer is yes. But it means that police officers like these guys are far from being out of a job. They will have to continue to risk their lives to make the streets safer.